Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Motive, Social Motivation for the Creative Class. I'm your host, Tim Fulton, here with chef, musician, educator, yogi, singer, dancer, queer, black person, Counterfeit Madison.
Yes! 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 Yes!
Sharon, how are you?
I'm tired, but I'm really great.
It's been a long day.
Yeah,
It's been a long evening.
Yeah.
What, talk about yourself. What's the elevator speech that you would give
I don't
someone
know
that
what
met
the
you?
fuck, man. Okay, so let's
I
see.
cannot imagine that someone has not come up to you and said, tell me about yourself.
Basically, what is happening is that I like to feed off the last talk, connections. However, I'm really awkward and do it in weird ways. So one way I make connections is hiding behind a piano and singing at people. Another way is feeding people. Another way is connecting with my breath, doing yoga. Another way is being a high school teacher figure. Another way is playing in bands. So basically, there are ways to use my heart to connect to other hearts.
But by doing...
And to remain flawless. I did not wake up like this.
Those things must occupy a lot of your time. I imagine they occupy all of your time.
I am a workaholic. I get it from my dad. My last name is Udall. We are maniacs. We sleep late, we wake up early. Ain't no time to waste.
I don't think that you have the ability, though, to do something that didn't connect with other people.
That is totally true. You should watch me try to put together an IKEA table.
So, to be clear, you are defining not connecting with people as putting together an IKEA table.
Yeah, I can't do anything that isn't like feeling based. So if you're familiar with Myers-Briggs, I am an INFJ, and I am 92% feeler, which means the other 8% is used to tell my brain when I need to take a piss, or when I'm hungry, or when like I feel pain. Like it is like my brain is basically for base human function. Everything else is heart-based.
So, are you able to have a large portion of your life, if not all of your life, just connections that are not as outward as performing, as you are content?
One thing that's really great about being a teacher is that I can have those one-on-one type connections, which are actually my preferred type of connection. And it's been, I've only done it for a year, and I want to do it for the rest of my life.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
How did you come to Columbus?
I came to Columbus through so it was just the 4th of July, and I have a lot of mixed feelings about being an American.
We need to, I'm sorry, we need to, let's step a little bit farther back.
Because,
can we do family first?
Yes.
Great, family.
So I'm Nigerian. I'm lying. My parents were Nigerian born, and I was born here. And a really devastating series of events happened that tore my family apart and made us a bicontinental family. And as a result, the only other American relative I had lived in Columbus. So I moved here very begrudgingly. I was just like, fuck this, and went to Cincinnati every other weekend. I kept all my Cincinnati bands.
Because you had a connection there. You were born in Cincinnati.
Yes.
You grew up there.
And then I got a job at Nationwide as a web developer, and so I had to be here 5 days a week. And so I was forced to make these connections in Columbus, and I started out by hanging out at a place called Cafe Kerouac. And there I met all of my first roommates, and just kept meeting people and going to open mics. And I determined not to play music when I came to town. I was just like, I can't play music in a town because if I play music in that town, I belong to that town, and I'm not going to be a Columbus person. I will not do that. And then I met this fucker named Andy Gallagher, and he ran this open mic, and he was just like, you should come play my open mic. And I was like, no, bitch. You should come play my open mic. No, bitch. No, bitch. And then I did, and then I was fucked.
So, to be clear, well, I can bring this all together really quick then. So that connection, I mean, you got behind a microphone and a keyboard or piano at that point, and you made that connection, and that's what you were resistant to doing that before.
Yes, here in Columbus, because I knew that. I mean, once I start connecting with people via music, it's over. Like I mean, you see that poop face down there called Brenny right there in the suit? He's a dewdropper. I'm in a band called the Dewdroppers. And the thing is that, like, Brenny doesn't know this, but I'm going to love that person for the rest of my life because I've played music with him. So that's like the way, I knew that if I played music in town, I'm gonna fall in love with people in the town and then I won't wanna leave. And that's what happened. That's precisely what happened.
So, fuck Andy Gallagher. He forced you to create connections here.
Yes, bitch.
And now,
Where is Nina Hernandez in this room? Fuck her. She did it too.
and now that you have sort of seen multiple different cities, can you make a comparison? What's the Cincinnati scene, the Columbus
Yes.
scene? I'm putting Cincinnati in the position of default other city.
Yes, it is the default of the city. Jesus, please forgive me for what I'm about to say. Jesus, I'm sorry. Okay, when I played music in Cincinnati, I played a lot of the same music that I play here, and a lot of people were just like, that's cool, but can it be rock and roll? And I was like, bitch, it is rock and roll, listen. But they didn't, but like, basically what I'm saying is that Columbus is more, because, I don't know whether it's because the demographic is younger, I don't know whether it's because more progressive, but they were way more accepting of whatever weird shit that I was doing on the piano than Cincinnati was. I'm sorry. I love Cincinnati so much, but it's like, I don't think that I would have been able to go to the next level if I'd stayed there. I think that being in Columbus was necessary for my growth in every aspect of my life: spiritual, mental, musical, scholastic, sexual, blah, 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 blah. Like, across the board, the Lord Jesus had me move here. I'm so sorry.
Are you with me?
Yes, I am.
It's apparent. I think it's fair to say that you're a person who likes challenging norms.
And I've tried to not, and I just don't know how. I think I'm an alien from outer space. Can you put me in your coloring book?
I'm going to put words in your mouth.
Yeah.
And the words are, I think that you've tried to challenge things here and found that you were embraced.
Yeah.
I think you are the longest performing female with the Columbus Gay Men's Chorus.
Yeah.
It's
because I don't know what gender is. Like, gender doesn't mean, over time, I've discovered that gender doesn't really mean anything much to me. Like, I have boobs. I mean, I'm like genetically female, but like there's just, gender has just, like, I guess that's not even my gender, or whatever. It's like, it's just been so out the window for me lately. So I was just like, yeah, I'll join a gay men's chorus. What the fuck?
And I hope I don't think the Columbus community is like, hold on a fucking second.
Yeah. That's what I don't understand. Like, or what I've come to understand.
So
like,
let me continue putting words in your mouth because
yeah.
I'm going to get you to where I want you to go. Because it's really easy to say, well, I joined the Columbus Gay Men's Chorus and people just, no one had a fucking problem with it. As long as I didn't cause a problem, they didn't have a problem.
Yep.
And you walk and participate in circles that are extremely diverse.
Yeah.
I think is fair to say.
Yeah, I like it.
How can we do better?
I cheated. I really actually don't. I mean, I know that I come from my mother. I know my mom and my dad fucked one time and that my mom produced me. I know that I am from my mother, but I actually believe that like some parts of me are from outer space. And so I cheated. It's really easy for me to just like hang out on the edge. And I feel like holier than thou challenging other people to do that because I don't have to try. That's where I am. I can't. I've tried to get off the edge, and I just dude, I was like in Pentecostal church for 26 years. Like I have tried so many years to be like a female and like in church, and like I don't know how.
I will let you keep going if you want to keep going, but that wasn't the question I wanted the
Okay,
answer to.
but so how can people do better?
I want people not necessarily to put themselves in situations that they don't want to be in. I want people to accept everyone that comes to the table that they control. How? As a person who goes to a lot of tables.
I wonder if the secret is not having control. I mean, maybe you should just completely let loose. Maybe that's the point. I really wish I knew the answer, but it's like what I spent my 30s doing, like understanding how people can do better, how I can do better.
Every table, right?
A lot of tables. I don't do
Fair.
very well in Hilliard.
I think
Sorry.
that's our next step. Sharon has agreed to close out the stage portion of the this evening by performing a song.
Yeah.
Thank you. Give us literally.
Sorry, Hilliard. I love
2
people
minutes.
from Hilliard. I'm sorry.
It's all right. That's candid audience
I'm
shit.
sorry.
Please give Counterfeit Madison a big round of applause.
I feel like sometimes we can be gluttons for punishment. I mean, I said I was a workaholic. I work a lot, and sometimes I can be like, whoa, it's me, all these things I have to do. And we put ourselves through things we don't really have to put ourselves through. This is a song about not putting yourself through some shit. It's called Don't Cry Wolf. Don't gotta be the canary in my coal mine. Rather you be the dove for my flood, my flood. There are other Stevens for the chosen. Don't be so masochistic, child. We won't believe you if you keep crying wolf. And when it comes, I'll take it on and so will you on away. I don't need another father, my skin. It isn't made of plastic, my son.
need for sirens. I saw the smoke, silence your trumpet. The wind is come and gone. Everybody sees we are so necessary, so you don't gotta be my canary. I wish you would be my dove. We won't believe you if you keep crying. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. I'm not scared. I don't need another father. My skin, it isn't made of plastic, my son. But if there's a hole in your bucket, I've got another one in the shed. Thought it about the stones and straw and axes and all. If there's a hole in your bucket, I've got another one in the shade. Forget about the stones and straw and axes and all. Two, three, four. Don't be my canary. I wish you would be my dove. I wish you would be my dove. I wish you would be my dove. I wish. Don't cry. Don't cry. Why? I've got two eyes of my own, and I can see him coming, and I don't care.
Holla.